Well, it's already been a tumultuous night in the ring here in Las Vegas. We saw a spectacularly physical rough fight between Robert Guerrero and Michael Katsidis. We saw an unbelievable upset of James Kirkland on a first-round knockout by Nobuhiro Ishida. And now here comes the main event between Erik Morales and Marcos Maidana. It had been Morales' intention to fight against Juan Manuel Marquez in his hometown in Tijuana. But Marquez declined the offer to come and fight Morales there because he's fighting at a level that Morales at this point in his career can't touch and has more legitimate business in front of him, such as what we're suggesting, a matchup now against Guerrero for superiority in the lightweight division. So looking around for another option to fight a named fighter in the absence of the chance to fight Marquez, to the shock and surprise of almost all ringside critics, Morales reached out and said, I want to fight Marcos Maidana. I want to fight the youngest, fieriest, hard puncher in the 140-pound weight class, even though I spent most of my career fighting at 122, 126, and 130 pounds. It is regarded by almost everyone here as a very bad idea, but he's Erik Morales. He has a sure ticket to the Hall of Fame. He is as arrogant as any fighter in the last 20 years, and you might be foolish to completely count him out. We shall see. Finally time for our main event, Erik Morales versus Marcos Maidana, a 140-pound matchup that promises to be violent and exciting for as long as it lasts. Morales versus Maidana is being brought to you by MGM Grand, the city of entertainment in Las Vegas. Cerveza Tecate con carácter. AT&T, rethink possible. DeWalt, guaranteed tough. Tres Generations Tequila, triple distilled tequila. And by HBO Pay-Per-View, the best in pay-per-view entertainment, brought to you by HBO. Welcome back to Las Vegas. Erik Morales was one of the truly special fighters of a historically great era of featherweight boxing. His showdowns with Marco Antonio Barrera, Manny Pacquiao, and so many others long ago punched his ticket to the Hall of Fame. But Morales believes he's not done yet. Following a 2.5-year retirement, El Terrible hit the comeback trail. And in this, the fourth fight of his second tour of duty, he takes on the toughest opponent he could find in hard-charging, hard-punching Marcos Maidana. Maidana, a fan favorite for his punching power and ultra-aggressive style, has proven himself among the elite fighters in the talented 140-pound division and believes he's simply too good and too powerful for an opponent whose best days have seemingly come and gone. Once again, Jim Lampley live at ringside in Las Vegas with HBO boxing analyst Max Kellerman. Max, a lot of the print reporters and broadcast reporters who are here close to us in the media section at the MGM Grand are worried, blatantly worried about Erik Morales' health as he prepares for this assignment. They believe that he's risking too much against Maidana. Is it a serious concern?
Yes, particularly if Morales fights with the kind of resolve that he did throughout the prime of his career, because it means he could take a bad and serious beating, and so there's legitimate concern, yes.
On the other hand, as Morales looks at the Maidana who went down 3 times against Victor Ortiz, who was down on a body shot in the first round against Amir Khan, is it possible that the old warrior has in fact seen something that only he sees well enough?
As Max Schmeling said when he was an old used-up champion and Joe Louis was on his way up, destroying all the old used-up heavyweight champs, I see something. And Schmeling didn't. He wound up knocking out Joe Louis, upsetting him. Morales thinks he sees something with Marcos Maidana. Maybe it's the fact that Amir Khan knocked down Maidana and had him badly hurt with a shot to the body. Maybe it's because Morales won his first world title by beating a guy who was impossible to knock out, Daniel Zaragoza, with a body shot, stopping Zaragoza in the 11th round. And maybe it's because Morales feels more comfortable attacking the body against 140-pounders who are bigger and taller, and therefore don't make him bend down and make him susceptible to counters the way he was at 122, 126, and 130 pounds. So maybe Morales really does see something. Maybe he's even right about it. But whether he has the speed and reflexes and willingness to put himself through the hell that it will likely take to pull off that strategy remains to be seen.
When Erik Morales retired after a loss to the less talented David Diaz in Chicago 3.5 years ago, he said that he heard ringing in his ears and had headaches. The standard thought, the stock expectation on the part of reporters here tonight is if he had ringing in the ears and headaches before, wait till he meets Maidana. Maybe Erik Morales knows better. We're about to find out. Let's go to Michael Buffer in the ring to begin the evening's festivities.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, this past week, the world of boxing lost one of its great heroes. He was a member of the finest generation of Americans. During World War II, he went from the U.S. Army to teaching students in a classroom to his passion of teaching fighters in the ring. Without a doubt, he is respected by journalists, boxing fans, and broadcasters for his contribution to the world of boxing, whether it was in the corner or in the ring apron, at ringside with a microphone, or as matchmaker at Madison Square Garden. For half a century and more, he made a great contribution to this sport. Ladies and gentlemen, his legacy and his legend will be forever preserved in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. At this time, please remain silent as we toll a memorial count of 10 for a boxing legend, Gil Clancy. Rest in peace, Gil. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for 3 national anthems. First, the national anthem of Argentina, to be performed by international recording artist Demon and Leon.
Oíd mortales el grito sagrado, libertad, libertad, libertad. Oíd el ruido de rotas cadenas, ved en trono a la noble igualdad, ya su trono dignísimo abrieron las provincias unidas del sur, y los libres del mundo responden al gran pueblo argentino salud, al gran pueblo argentino salud, y los libres del mundo responden al gran pueblo argentino salud. Y los libres del mundo responden al gran pueblo argentino salud. salud. Sean eternos los laureles que supimos conseguir, que supimos conseguir. Coronados de gloria, vivamos. Oh, juremos con gloria morir. Oh, juremos con gloria morir. Oh, juremos con gloria morir.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here to sing the national anthem of Mexico, please welcome Andres Reina.
Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero aprestad y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Ciño patria, tus sienes de oliva, de la paz el arcángel divino, que en el cielo tu eterno destino por el dedo de Dios escribió. Mas si osare un extraño enemigo profanar con su planta tu suelo, pienso, patria querida, que el cielo un soldado en cada hijo te dio, un soldado en cada hijo te dio. Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero aprestad y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. ¡Viva México, señores! ¡Vamos, terrible!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for our national anthem of the United States of America, to be performed by the lovely international artist, motion picture composer, and Las Vegas headliner, Miss Lisa Fior.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, where the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in the gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Tail of the tape for Erik Morales and Marcos Maidana. You see the 7-year age advantage for Maidana, and that advantage is enhanced by the fact that Morales is seen by many as an old 34. So many ring wars, so many hard rounds, such a colorful career. A 1-inch height advantage for Morales, a 1/2-inch arm length advantage for Maidana measured from the armpit to the end of the fist. They both weighed in at 140 pounds, and tonight Morales has rehydrated up to 151, Maidana to 153. Max, let's take a look at the 140-pound weight class and the stars who are in it.
It's been a very deep division for a number of years now. It remains that way. They're the belt holders, and these are actually the stars, right? Timothy Bradley, the most accomplished. He's the boss in the division right now. Amir Khan, perceived by many as the most talented, survived a very close call against Maidana, proved his heart and chin. There were questions about that. Zab Judah looked very impressive winning a belt recently. And the division goes on. It's deep. Devin Alexander, Marcos Maidana you see tonight. Kotelnik, who beat Maidana very close and many feel also beat Alexander, lost a close decision. Victor Ortiz, the star, is moving up to 147 pounds. Maidana's knocked Ortiz out. Ortiz is fighting Andre Berto for a belt at 47. And Lucas Matisse, the second best big, strong puncher out of Argentina, who came very close to beating Zab Judah recently.
Couple of comments on that. Lucas Matisse, whom you see on the graphic there, had 3 fights as an amateur against Marcos Maidana. Maidana won them all. And here comes Maidana to the ring right now. It's also worth pointing out that Amir Khan, who beat Maidana in his last fight, the fight of the year for 2010, has a date with Timothy Bradley later this summer, if in fact Khan can get past Paul McCluskey in Great Britain next week. So we're headed toward some interesting resolutions in this division starting tonight.
Well, that's the resolution. The winner of Bradley and Khan is the junior welterweight champion of the world, and everyone else is a pretender or a contender with a belt, but not really the champ. But Maidana, should he win tonight, will be, make as strong a case as any for getting the next crack at that guy.
To the degree that Maidana has had difficulty, predictably, it's been with technical boxers, with people who can mix up their styles a little bit. Khan was able to bedevil him with his jab for the first several rounds. Kotelnik is a sneaky fighter who was effectively sneaky against Maidana in his win. What he hasn't had much difficulty with is a relatively stationary opponent who doesn't have his kind of power. Translation, Erik Morales tonight.
Right, Maidana is just a tremendous puncher, a middleweight puncher in a junior welterweight body, and tremendous determination. Against Victor Ortiz, he kept picking himself up off the canvas, and he stopped Ortiz on a night where Ortiz was a headliner who sold a bunch of tickets at Staples Center, who was poised to become a star, had a lot to fight for. Against Amir Khan when he was dropped early and totally outboxed and outclassed throughout. He came back to almost stop Khan in the last couple rounds of their fight. This guy does not go quietly.
Knocked down in the first round by Khan on a tremendous combination to the body. He bounced right back up. You don't see fighters get up rapidly after body shot knockdowns very often.
The combination of will to win, determination, and punching power makes him a nightmare for anyone.
But he is about to meet a legitimate legend. A man who fought 36 rounds against the great Marco Antonio Barrera and probably won 17, 18, 19 of those rounds. A man who had 3 assignments against Manny Pacquiao and who most notably gave Pacquiao his only loss on American soil, and it was not exactly a close call, even though the scores were close. Any qualified observer could tell that Morales won the fight.
Morales is the better man. In fact, Jim, as you mentioned, and as you have mentioned in the past, that's really why we have the Pacquiao we have today. Because Pacquiao simply couldn't overwhelm Morales like he had overwhelmed everyone else, including Barrera. And it forced Pacquiao to become a two-handed fighter in the aftermath of that resounding loss to Morales in a great fight.
At that time, Morales was capable of both the great punching performance and the great boxing performance, and he outboxed Pacquiao and controlled him with his long jab. But in his 3-fight comeback over the course of the past year, that jab is not nearly as effective as it used to be. In fact, CompuBox numbers show now that he's throwing a lot more jabs and landing fewer. than was the case at his peak.
I mean, this is what happens to older fighters, particularly when they move up in weight divisions. He's much slower than he used to be. Never the fastest fighter in the world, but he had pretty good quickness for a fighter who liked to mix it up, who liked to rumble. And that quickness is long gone.
If he's looking for another silver lining in the Maidana dark cloud, another reason to believe that he can beat Marcos Maidana, it might be that Maidana a year and a half ago struggled with the aging DeMarcus Corley, as some other young prospects have. But Corley, even at this advanced stage in his career, is a southpaw cutie. Morales is not a southpaw cutie.
Yeah, on paper, Maidana, hey, he throws punches wide. You know, he comes right at you. He can be dropped. In the ring, the opposite on paper. In the ring, yeah, those punches come wide, but he figures out a way to get him home. Yeah, he can be dropped, but he gets right back up.
The 3 wins in the last year against Jose Alfaro, Willie Lyman, and most recently Francisco Lorenzo. And every one of those fighters has at some time held a belt. But every one of those belts is a statement on why belts don't mean much in the sport anymore.
It's really nondescript opposition, and he was not able to dominate or look really good against that fairly low level of opposition, considering Morales was once one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world.
So he's arguably the greatest Tijuana fighter of all time. In fact, I'm not sure that anybody else is in that argument. He is the greatest Tijuana fighter of all time. And as the pride of El Norte, there's a certain logic to the notion that he should go out bloodily on his shield. I frankly think that many of the Morales fans in the house tonight don't expect him to win. They are here to honor his exit.
And yet, he does see something in Maidana. He did ask for Maidana. This is not the typical case where the old guy is being fed to the young guy. The old guy's being asked to be fed to the young guy. And so, maybe he does see something, and maybe he's not being not the one being fed.
When you hear him rationalize the last stages of his career, rationalize the 4 consecutive losses which preceded his departure from the career, you just want to say, Erik, come on. But in his mind, he believes there are explanations. We'll see if he can act on it tonight. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, Golden Boy Promotions, in association with Erik Morales Box Latino and Universum Box Promotions, proudly present the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Interim Super Lightweight Championship of the World. Sponsored by Tecate Cerveza con Carácter, AT&T, Rethink Possible, DeWalt Power Tools, Guaranteed Tough, and Tres Generaciones Triple Distilled Tequila. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Bill Brady, Executive Director Keith Kaiser, World Boxing Association Supervisor Michael Welsh. The 3 judges at ringside scoring this bout, Adelaide Bird, Dick Houck, and Jerry Roth. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, referee Tony Weeks. And now, for the thousands in attendance here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas and the millions watching around the world on HBO pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red with silver, official weight 140 pounds. His professional record, 29 victories, including 27 knockouts. Only 2 defeats. From Margarita, Santa Fe, Argentina, the top-ranked super lightweight contender in the world, Marcos El Chino and fighting out of the red corner, wearing white, officially weighing also 140 pounds. His professional record, 51 victories, including 35 knockouts, with 6 defeats. He has 6 world title belts in his career. Ladies and gentlemen, the former super bantamweight world champion, former featherweight world champion, former super featherweight champion of the world, de la zona norte, Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, Erik el Terrible Morales.
Thank you, bro. Caballeros, ustedes reciben sus instrucciones. Mira, aquí está bien, aquí no. Aquí está bien, aquí no. Tenemos el todo para arriba. Yo quiero una play limpia. Escúchame, cuídate, listos, vámonos.
Every once in a while, we see a once great champion turn back the clock. But even if Erik Morales can, will it be enough against the bigger, more powerful, and relentless Marcos Maidana?
Round 1 begins. Marcos Maidana is from a small cattle town in Argentina. Erik Morales is from arguably some of the toughest streets in the civilized Western world in El Norte and Tijuana. But it is Maidana who expects to take Morales into the jungle tonight.
He's a huge favorite to win.
He's also a slow starter. Demonstrated that surely in the first round against Khan. Morales doesn't seem anxious to get off to a fast start here either. Body shot by Maidana. There's still just a faint jiggle around the waistline of Erik Morales, and so far he has not thrown a meaningful punch.
Morales riding that right hand back very well. Turning his head with Maidana's right hand to take force off the blow.
You wonder what Morales is going to do to keep Maidana off of him. And it starts with an uppercut that doesn't land. Maidana's just coming. There's no subtlety here. This is blunt force. Now the old warrior starts trying to dust off the jab. Maidana rips him with a quick left hook. Uppercut landed, body shots. Maidana missed with the big right hand, but he's coming. Left hook landed inside.
I thought that left hook inside was Maidana's most effective punch so far.
Morales is putting up only faint opposition so far, and already it appears that Erik Morales' right eye might be swelling.
And I think it was from that short left hook inside. Morales actually doing a good defensive job so far, considering he's right there to be hit.
You can see some of the rust seemingly falling off Morales, but that right eye looks very bad. Looks almost as though he got thumbed.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
Uppercut lands for Maidana. Missed with the right hand, but the left hook found contact again. Morales has landed a couple punches here and there, but nothing authoritative to try to keep Maidana off. Now he begins to throw with a little of the old authority, and that right eye seems almost closed. Round 1 not over with yet. Already Erik Morales may be a one-eyed fighter.
Stop, stop, stop.
There's a look of tremendous confidence on Maidana's face.
Sneaky right hand from Maidana inside.
Now let's watch in Erik Morales' corner as they go to work on the right eye. Rudy Perez, the trainer, is also the cut man. Or excuse me, wrong corner. Jose Morales, the trainer, is also the cut man. Father of Erik Morales going to work on the cut. For the eye.
Toma la distancia, lo primero que tienes que no agarrar las You gotta throw punches.
Que no se te haga tarde, mijo, por favor.
You gotta start early before it's too late.
Vamos a ganar, vamos a ganar. Capaz. Pero ya, hijo, ya suéltale. Ya
Yeah,
no
let it go. Let the punches go. Don't wait any longer. When are you gonna start doing something?
En corto ya ves que te está tirando la nuca.
Sometimes the most damaging blows occur at awkward angles. Here you see Maidana's left uppercut, and that could have been the punch that did it, Jim. If that's the punch, then it wasn't a thumb, but it seemed to land on the part of Morales' eye that is now swollen.
And incidentally, when you're older, when you have not stayed in condition constantly over the course of the past few years, when perhaps your body has taken on and drained too much liquid, then you are way more susceptible to swelling and cuts. And the way Morales' eye swelled up was striking.
Yep, the tissues does not react the same way to getting hit as you age.
CompuBox numbers in round one. I said Maidana was a slow starter, not very slow tonight. He threw 91 punches and landed 24. Morales was 7 of 46, and you heard his father say, you must throw some punches.
So far this fight is going according to Hoyle. You know, there's an old fighter in there. Morales looks like the same shell of his former self that we've seen in his 3-fight comeback so far. And Maidana seems like the big, relentless 140-pound puncher that we've advertised him here to be. Morales starting to get to work here.
Setting his feet, trying to throw something authoritative. Again, he's going to have to keep Maidana off. Maidana showing him a little bit more respect now in the first minute and a half of the second round than he did in round one. Maidana seemingly aware that Morales is getting into it a little bit. Almost landed that right hand flush. It was a partial connect. Morales trying to flash the old intensity. At the peak of his career, he had a competitive arrogance which was in itself intimidating to opponents, a weapon for him. That arrogance would be seen as comical under these circumstances.
Well, he had a thing where he got tagged one good shot, he wanted to come back with 2 of his own. And it stopped opponents from creating real momentum against him, but he seems unable to do that here against Maidana, who's just keeping the momentum.
Morales trying to fight his way back off the rope, and he lands a big right hand
from Morales.
Absolutely huge right hand.
Bravo, Maidana.
And suddenly Maidana has been knocked back. And now he's aware he's in a fight. And the crowd goes very enthusiastically up in volume for the Tijuana Star. How long can Morales stand up against this pace?
Well, if he keeps turning with the punches as he's doing.
Stop! Alto!
You know, he's taking a lot of the steam off of Maidana's punches with subtle movement on the inside. Craft, exactly right. And he's calm under pressure because he's seen it all before, Morales.
Tony Weeks taking a risk to step in there between the two of them. Pretty big man, though.
También no se te pasen los golpes. Necesito que no te avientes. Agáchate.
Okay, don't overdo it now. I need you to be calm. Use the jab.
Camínalo donde ya no ve.
He can't see.
Donde ya no ve. Mira, de aquí ya no ve.
Work him where he can't see. Work the side that his eye is closed. The jab to the eye. The jab to the eye and the right hand. He can't see. Everything's good.
CompuBox numbers in round two. Morales 10 of 40, and you saw a couple of right hands that were his best punches of the first 2 rounds. Maidana 16 out of 73. Harold, how'd you score the first 2 rounds?
2-0. 20-18, Marcos Maidana. You know, Jim, the corner is right. His right eye is totally closed up. I'm talking about Erik Morales. And a lot of the shots he's not seeing coming. There's no question about it. But Marcos Maidana landing enough real hard shots to win rounds 1 and 2. Erik Morales did have a good flurry around the 2-minute mark of round 2, but not enough to win the round. 2-0, Marcos Maidana.
And a sweeping left hook from Maidana landed there. The way the eye has swelled up, the one punch that it appears Morales will have the most difficulty seeing is the wide sweeping left hook.
Particularly if Maidana's moving in that direction of the eye. I thought Morales won the second round on that one right hand. I think that the guy who's been most hurt in this fight was Maidana by that right hand, and I thought that was enough to give Morales the round.
It will be fascinating to see what happens with Maidana if he experiences a long association with the new trainer, Rudy Perez, because Perez was with Marco Antonio Barrera when Barrera, after 2 losses to Junior Jones, made a dramatic transformation from being a sophisticated brawler to a superior skilled boxer puncher. And you have to assume that Perez had something to do with that. Maidana right now is a sophisticated brawler.
Yeah, and I don't know if Maidana will ever be a sophisticated boxer puncher, but even just adding a few wrinkles, a few changes in his rhythm, a few combinations where he can lay traps for guys, with the way he can punch, it only takes 1 or 2 from Maidana.
Good feint by Morales, set up a right hand. Maidana, however, walked through it and came back. Now he has to walk through another one as Morales lands a good right. But there's a vicious uppercut and a vicious left hook, and Morales has to fight back the way he used to fight back against Pacquiao whenever those exchanges would take place.
Those little left hooks inside from Maidana, he's so physically strong. Left uppercuts, excuse me, to the face.
The uppercuts and the hooks. And again, that's the side on which Morales is swollen and may not be able to see.
Yeah, and there was a particular combination of, I think, 3 uppercuts about 30 seconds ago that really seemed to bother Morales.
Morales is lucky he's facing Maidana and not Maidana's December opponent, Amir Khan. A great jabber would be going after that swollen eye with impunity right now. Maidana doesn't have that kind of jab.
Well, Morales didn't call out Amir Khan. He called out Marcos Maidana.
Yep.
You can see Morales trying to take advantage of the wildness, of Maidana's wildness, and having limited success at times.
Trying to stay in the middle and throw shorter, straighter shots up the middle.
Poquita, tipo. Tranquilos. No lo ahogues. Mijo, van 3 rounds, los 3 rounds los llevamos perdidos.
Son, the 3 rounds gone by and we lost all 3 rounds. You need to do something. Let it go. The public is with you. Let's go.
Lo único que le enseño a ese cabrón es a puros golpes para la nuca, puros golpes a la nuca.
He's only hitting you behind the head. You gotta do something. Let it go.
Tenemos el aire suficiente.
Maidana's a rough customer, and here he is roughing Morales up. There are 2 uppercuts, a left hook to the body, a left hook to the head. Missed with the clubbing right, but it's the brawl that Maidana wanted it to be so far.
Fairly even combi box numbers in the 3rd round. Morales 10 of 52, Maidana 12 of 61. Maidana's landing the harder punches.
Stop!
Left hook for Morales. Crowd loves that. Erik decides to press the action forward.
Stop. No.
Counter right hand by Morales after Maidana landed 2 uppercuts, but neither one landed flush.
The difference is Morales doesn't have the speed and maybe not the stamina he did in his youth. In the old days when he fought off the ropes like that, it's 5, 6, 7, 8 punches, and now it's 1 and 2.
He still knows how to do it, he just can't do enough of it.
By the time he gets that third punch ready, the other guy is reset or gone. This is not just tonight with Maidana, this is throughout Morales' comeback.
Yeah, stop. Mira, cabeza, no hagas eso, eh. Come on. ¿Está bien? Okay.
Tony se habla español. Y se habla español mucho mejor de todos otros referees in Nevada. With the sole exception of Joe Cortez, who also speaks great Spanish.
Manos libres. Buena cabeza.
And clearly, Weeks' excellent Spanish is one of the reasons he was chosen to referee this fight.
Look at Maidana intelligently using his size and strength there with Morales on the ropes. He wasn't landing a ton of effective stuff, but he was holding Morales on the ropes, putting his weight on Morales, making Morales work even when there wasn't a lot of punching going on.
The kind of ring intelligence Maidana exhibits is important to him because he's not creative. He doesn't have many chances to shock the opposing fighter with a tactic.
No, right, but he does have a kind of basic ring intelligence. I mean, he has to since he's not that fast. How's he going to land his punches? If he sees something working, he sticks with it. If something's not working, he tries to rough the other guy up and find something that will.
And he walks through whatever you deliver to him by and large.
You're throwing too many few punches. You gotta throw more. Throw harder punches and quicker. Throw combinations. Now you're getting loose. Work on your distance now.
Check, please. Punch and rabbit. Pásamelo.
Clean my gloves. It's time to let loose.
CompuBox numbers through round 4. Morales 37 of 185, Maidana 64 out of 301. So basically Maidana is more or less doubling what Morales does, both in terms of punches thrown and punches landed.
Well, he's following Rudy Perez's instructions in the corner. Maidana is not loading up a ton and just moving his hands. Looks like those instructions backfired.
Morales wins the trade and backs Maidana away. The older fighter shows greater hand speed in the exchange.
Well, as Maidana was lightening up on the shots to throw more of them, they were still coming in wide. Morales came right down the middle with counters.
Not surprising that the veteran star would find the weaknesses in Maidana's craft. Now if he can find a weakness in Maidana's body.
There are already a few more dramatic moments provided by Morales, I think, than many anticipated. Certainly then are reflected by the odds in this fight, which are something like 6-1 for Maidana.
When you're favored by 6-1, just to use an old stock phrase, when you're favored by 6-1, you've got the smart money and all the other money behind you as well.
Yeah, Morales only seemed to have sentimental money, if any, behind him.
That's right.
But
hard right hand over the top by Morales, maybe his best punch of the fight.
But whoever did bet him maybe isn't so upset at this moment that they did.
Maidana overreaching and lunging with the left hook. Morales came back with 2 straight punches down the middle. This is a great round for the aging Erik Morales so far.
Stop.
And now Morales walks away grinning as Maidana hits on the break, and Tony Weeks lectures him.
Oh, these are hard shots from Morales. And accurate.
A last stand by Morales, perhaps.
Oh.
The aging warrior teaching the young star a thing or two about hand speed and combination punching.
Has those straight right hands right on Maidana's chin are highly effective. And here comes Maidana.
Manos libres, manos libres. Stop, stop, stop.
This round has waked the arena up. Who would have thought,
What a round.
that fighting with one eye, Erik Morales could stage a rally like that?
The fight is even after that. The fight is even now. It's too close. I need to do something. You gotta score points. We won that round. Now you're throwing punches. Get a little water.
So far, we haven't seen the anticipated body attack from Morales, but I'll tell you this, that left jab that he's throwing, like right there, is landing like a straight right hand. He seems to be moving, and there was a straight right hand, moving and wobbling Maidana, not just with that right hand on the chin, which he's landing accurately, but also with a stiff left jab.
Hell of a round for the 34-year-old star, who many see as being older than 34 in ring years. Harold, how do you have it through 5?
You know, Jim, I tell you, this is like an old-time Erik Morales fight. All action. 48, 47, 3 rounds to 2, Marcos Maidana. But I gotta tell you, in round 5, Erik Morales fought himself right back into this fight, Jim. I gave him round 3. I also gave him the 5th. I think the judges have to give him at least 2 out of the first 5. So I think it's a very close fight. I've got Maidana winning by 1 point.
Max Kellerman gave him the 2nd round.
I gotta make one quick comment. Erik Morales always fought with those winning gloves, the Japanese boxing glove. All the padding is in the front. It's a softer boxing glove. It hurts a puncher. Personally, I think it's hurting Maidana. 3-2, Marcos Maidana.
Yeah, and as I said, I gave Morales the 2nd on the right hand, which means on my scorecard, it's 3-2 Morales, although I wouldn't think it, but when you look down at the card is what it, what it says it is, and there you have it.
Stop. Come on, this is
Doesn't feel like a fight Morales is winning, and yet he might be.
You score them round by round, and sometimes what you have at the end of the evening isn't what you felt you were scoring as you marked them all down.
That's right.
Midway through the fight, and Maidana seems to be slowing down, while Morales seems to be finding a wellspring of youthful energy.
We'll see if Morales can keep this pace and not get discouraged, as great a champion as he was, and as much championship heart he's showing right now.
He's been showing championship heart since the first minute of the fight, when his right eye swelled immediately shut on a left hand.
So many guys would pack it in right then, not Erik Morales. But we'll see if he can continue this pace in the face of Maidana's pressure and determination. If this was years ago, there'd be no doubt Morales would.
Maidana keeps walking to you, keeps bringing the pressure.
Keeps getting
Morales
hit.
keeps fighting back and countering.
However this fight ends, for those who feared for Morales' safety, and this is not a safe kind of fight, but I have to say it is a pleasure to watch an old great champion like this put up this kind of fight.
He just took a hard right-hand shot and took a breath afterward and appeared to have been more affected by that punch than by any other shot he's taken from Maidana, and Maidana seems to know it, and the old warrior fights back again. He's never known any other way. He's never held for a moment. He's never tried to get away from combat. He's always fought his way out.
There's still greatness left in Erik Morales.
Whenever you want, you can knock him out. Finish him off. Okay, everything is under control now. Take a little water, a little Gatorade.
Oye, mano, pues entonces, ahorita te quiero sacar la rapidez.
Hey, what happened with the speed? You gotta do something. And move with your legs. Move your hands.
Empezaste bien. Ármate tu guardia.
Come on. Put a good guard and throw some punches.
Así, mira esto, así. Contrólalo, así.
No, he's maybe not physically what he once was, but what made Morales great was what was on the inside, and that's still there. Look at that big right hand that seemed to take the fight out of Morales, but as it turns out, only temporarily.
By the way, the voice you heard in the corner between rounds is that of our old veteran interpreter, Ray Torres, who worked with us for many years and then retired from the job a few years back. And ever since then, our regular interpreter is the voice you well know of Jerry Olaya. Jerry is not with us tonight because of extreme family tragedy. And Jerry, if you're listening, there are 60 HBO hearts which are with you tonight. Round 7 of the scheduled 12. Erik Morales putting up the kind of fight that many expected would be impossible for him. He landed just as many punches as Maidana did in the 6th round, 14 apiece. All of Maidana's were power shots.
Manos libres, manos libres. Stop, stop, stop.
How many more rallies does Morales have in him, like the one at the end of the last round, in which he really looked the worse for the wear until the last final moments?
58th fight of Erik Morales' career. He won the first 41 in a row. Getting his jab back now, Morales.
And you see why there's so much love for Erik Morales among fight fans.
Hard-pressed to find a more courageous fighter.
He asked for this, Jim, for this.
It's a fight he kept telling people that he was sure he could win. Most people scoffed.
And he's not, and he's very much in this fight.
Straight right hand and left hook landed for Morales. That left hook to the body is getting stiffer by the round.
Yeah, between the two of them, I believe it's Maidana, not who has suffered the most damage, but who has been the most hurt at various moments of this fight.
They're going to go to war in there. These last 5 rounds, if the fight goes the distance, could be special.
Stop, stop, stop.
Oh, the first 7 have been.
Body shot by Maidana, backs Morales off. Second hard body shot before the bell.
Saliendo el round.
At the end of the round. Come on, you gotta do something.
Necesito que te alivianes.
I need you to lighten up.
Ya necesito que des todo.
I need you to throw it all in there.
Con la
Give it all.
adrenalina, señor, no
Give me
tiene
some
aquí.
adrenaline.
Ten. Préstamela ahí. Eso.
It's nothing.
Vamos por el round. Eso. 8.
Here's Morales throwing the kind of right hand where he won his first belt from Daniel Zaragoza. The right hand to the body seemed to take the starch, and then the left hook up top seemed to take the starch, there you see, out of Maidana's legs for a moment. And then later on, that heavy jab Morales has been throwing knocks an off-balance Maidana further off balance.
Copy box numbers in 7. Morales 16 out of 51. Maidana 19 out of 91. And you saw the copy box graphic. which showed you the larger number of body punches landed in the fight by Maidana. That may be a critical subtext if Morales runs out of energy down the stretch, or his energy ebbs. And Maidana has been more disciplined in keeping punches to the body.
We keep waiting for Morales to run out of gas, and he sort of has that look because the eye's been swollen since the first round, but it hasn't happened. Oh!
Huge left hook. Maidana's holding on. Maidana is still in trouble as he stands in the corner and waits. Morales looking for another opportunity. Now Maidana seems to have his legs back, but momentarily he was badly wobbled.
Badly wobbled.
Another straight left lands for Morales.
Erik Morales at the moment with the upper hand in a Fight of the Year candidate against Marcos Maidana.
An amazing show by the 34-year-old star who had been counted out by most, trading with impunity against the 27-year-old punching sensation of the division. Huge right hand by Maidana. Morales takes it very well.
What a right hand Maidana landed. The shots from Maidana that look like arm punches, where if it were another fighter, you'd think, well, he didn't really have his body behind it. We've seen Maidana knock fighters out with those shots.
This is going to be a hard round to score because Morales was controlling the round before Maidana threw that big right hand. And Morales, remember, hurt Maidana with a big left hook earlier in the round.
Yep, I think it's Morales' round based on the fact that Maidana was wobbled and seemed in trouble so far.
Maidana seems to be struggling to get his breath here in the middle of round 8. Morales seems very collected. Another right hand by Maidana.
Oh, the uppercut on the inside. See, and the hook.
Big left hand by Morales.
As fast as Maidana recuperates, I believe, Jim, he is recuperating. In other words, he winds up badly hurt and then is in great shape and comes right back, but it's not as though he's not really wobbled. He is.
Very few fighters can shake off the wobble the way Maidana can. I mean, you think of Evander Holyfield and maybe a couple of others, but not many.
Great call with Holyfield, yeah.
Holyfield was the best in his prime at recovering from damage in the wrist.
Maidana doesn't know where his corner is.
Almost
We
walked
got
to the
4
wrong
rounds
one.
to go. We don't know what the score is.
Look at that. Morales throws half the number of punches.
More water?
Throws half the number of punches that Maidana does and lands 30-40% more.
Hey, you're gonna stop this fight. Throw more than one punches. Throw often.
Here's Morales with a left hook right on the button. And look how he changed the trajectory of that punch in order to make it more accurate.
Power punches in the 8th round. Morales was 11 of 18. Maidana 9 of 43. Morales actually outlanded him while throwing half as many punches. Harold, how do you have it through 8?
Hey, Jim, I thought Erik Morales won round 7 and 8. I got it 4 rounds apiece, 76, all even. But I got to tell you something, Jim. You said something that really hit the nail on the head. Since round 6, Marcos Maidana absolutely looks out of gas. It's like you watch his mouth and he's like blowing bubbles. He just can't, he's not breathing in, Jim. Somehow or other, I think he's breathing through his nose. And he really looks winded. With Rudy Perez, without Rudy Perez, I think he's in bad shape.
However, he has just seized command and strafed Morales with a series of about 12 power punches. And right now, Maidana believes that he's trying to finish the fight. Stop.
I mean, Maidana just landed about 20 power shots.
It was an amazing rally
over that duration. And he looks in pretty good shape to me.
All of a sudden, Maidana has found the second win. Look at him take Morales' hard shots.
Erik Morales.
Unbelievable.
this sport is savage, but it can be so beautiful when you see greatness, not just the remnants, but real life in Morales' greatness here. It's not just his technique, it's certainly not what he has left physically, it's the fighting heart.
I don't think there's a soul in the arena who believed that Marcos Maidana versus Erik Morales was going to become a serious candidate for Fight of the Year.
And yet it is. Not to mention upset of the year if this continues, potentially.
Well, I don't know. Nobuhiro Ishida knocking out James Kirkland in round 1. That's the upset of the year so far.
Maybe, but that's a prelim kind of fight, and this is a main event.
Manos libres, manos libres. Sepárense. Stop, stop.
What a courageous show by Morales. That right eye has now swelled up like a golf ball, or maybe even a tennis ball. And sometimes Morales doesn't seem even to know where Maidana is.
From the first round, he's had extremely limited vision, if any at all, from that right eye, and he's fighting this fight against an animal.
It's sensational. Pure sensation.
The uppercuts, Jim, are the punches, I think, that have had the best effect for Morales in terms of staggering Maidana. He looks frustrated after them. His legs lock up. He wobbles frequently.
Who would have thought that this fight might place so much responsibility in the hands of the 3 ringside judges? It's not an easy fight to score.
That round particularly difficult to score.
Your users was going to let you get ahead. You came to win. You didn't come to lose. We all came to win. Let's go in and kick the shit out of this guy.
Well, we could replay this exchange. Maybe we should just replay the whole fight. Something tells me we will be in the not-too-distant future. First, Maidana throwing big shots. Morales taking a lot of the sting out of them by riding with them. Then Morales coming back with more accurate straight shots that seem to do a little more damage. The whole fight like this.
Experts scoffed at the matchup. They were wrong. Punches in 9. Morales 18 out of 26. 18 out of 26. He only threw 26 punches. And Harold Letterman gave him the round, though Maidana landed 22 of 99 and had that giant rally early in the round.
Well, it comes down to 4. As many punches Maidana threw, he only landed 4 more. And Morales was landing the more accurate, I thought, harder shots.
So you agree with Harold?
Well, it's a tough round to score, but I don't disagree with the score. You can't find much fault either way.
To think that Erik Morales would be here in a tough physical fight against Maidana with a chance to win in the 10th round, that was almost unfathomable. To think that he could do it with his right eye swollen completely shut from round 1 on is beyond unfathomable.
It also points out how great he was at his best, that he could fall precipitously over time and still have enough to do this.
Well, has any recent fighter ever had more of a fighter's personality? The confidence, the arrogance, the outrageous self-belief, which has dominated all of his ring performances.
That's why he's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
100%. And we asked him, yesterday we asked him at the fighter meeting, because of course, the 2 rivalries that dominated his career. We posed to him the hypothetical question, you're at Canastota. Oh. Well, we can't talk about it now because he's not at Canastota yet. He's still fighting. All right, so the drama settles a little bit, and I'll try to finish the story. We said, Erik, let's just say hypothetically you're at Canastota. You're celebrating your induction to the Hall of Fame. And at the door, hoping to come into the party, are Marco Antonio Barrera and Manny Pacquiao. Which one do you allow to come in? He was stumped, utterly stumped. Finally, after a while, he said, maybe Pacquiao. That's one other element of the ring personality. He never liked his opponents at all.
I think it shows more than anything he viewed Barrera as his chief rival and doesn't want to give anything to Barrera. Although maybe it's just an honest answer. I mean, Pacquiao is superhuman.
There are talks, there are some who speculate that there could be a fourth fight between Morales and Barrera. At this moment, it's hard to imagine that Barrera could be competitive against the Morales we're looking at right now.
Let's not forget, if Morales can do this, Barrera was also just as great a fighter with just the same kind of heart.
Barrera's trainer, Rudy Perez, is training Maidana tonight. Maidana just landed two giant shots, massive power punches, and Morales held on and made it out of the round. Those were thunder shots.
Oh my, I mean, those are the shots that Maidana knocks everyone out with.
He only wants to win the last 10 seconds and win the round. Don't show him that. Close your eyes. You feel like you got him? Everybody's in favor of Maidana. I don't think you're going to get it. You need to knock him out. Yeah, at the last seconds, even the referee's against you.
Here we see Maidana at the end of the round. Look at where he brings that left uppercut from. I guess Morales was sort of fortunate it didn't land cleaner, because we've seen Maidana cold cock a lot of guys with just that kind of punch.
Point in the round, however, Morales was getting the best of it. He was 22 of 57 in the round. Maidana only 8 of 49 by CompuBox count. Harold Letterman now has Morales leading the fight by 2 points with 2 rounds to go.
Agreed. I thought Morales won the round.
If Morales wins this round, we may find ourselves saying that Maidana needs a knockout to beat him.
And he's capable of getting one. Morales may be still showing the effects of those big Maidana shots at the end of the last round.
Crowd chanting, Morales, Morales.
Looking out of that one eye, the other one completely shut. Sitting duck for that big left hook for Maidana. He cannot see it coming.
That was a huge shot, as were the 2 punches toward the end of the last round. Morales holding on to the degree that he holds on, meaning that he's holding his ground and trying to stay out of harm's way.
Thudding
never
left hook.
grabs the opponent and holds.
Thudding left hook to the body from Maidana. And Morales seems to psych him out by not folding.
Yeah, Maidana keeps waiting for Morales to fall, but he hasn't been able to chop him down.
This is going to be one of the indelible images of this year in boxing, Jim. Morales peering out of that one eye, fighting like this against the ferocious Maidana.
Remember Hasim Rahman and that giant bruise against Evander Holyfield in Atlantic City?
Yes.
This eye is about as bad as anything we've seen since then. Also reminds you a little bit of Vitaly Klitschko against Lennox Lewis, but that one was shredded and bleeding. This one has simply swelled up and has never opened up to bleed.
Maybe a pivotal moment of this fight right now. Maidana really taking the play away from Morales in this round. Morales looking tired, maybe a little hurt, and certainly incapacitated by the eye.
Stop.
Maidana seems to have run out of gas here for the moment. Got 45 seconds in the round to try to launch one more big shot. Becomes clear that one big shot probably isn't going to get it done.
Stop.
Morales may be saving some energy for the 12th and final round.
Maidana fell for Morales' feint, but Erik couldn't make anything big out of it.
Catching Maidana coming in.
Tough round for Morales, but he's still standing up. 1 round to go.
He doesn't see. He can't see. He can't see.
Entiende, ya no ve.
Do you understand it? He can't see. So throw a lot of punches on top.
Ganchos arriba.
Cierra los ojos.
Close your eyes. Throw long punches. Don't. It's the last round. Don't fight him in close. Keep him outside. He's coming out real quick, so you gotta be ready. You gotta throw whatever you got left. We gotta knock him out. He, everybody's seeing Erik Morales. They all want to see you.
He's the greatest fighter in the history of one of North America's toughest towns. He's had 6 fights in his career against stars like Marco Antonio Barrera and Manny Pacquiao. He's trying to prove all his critics wrong one last time. And Harold Letterman, how does Erik Morales stand as he comes to the 12th round?
Okay, Jim, 105 rather, 104, 6 rounds to 5, Erik El Terrible Morales. Jim, I thought he won 4 rounds in a row, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then in the 11th round, that eye started to swell badly. Maidana came on, pulled out the 11th. Morales by 1 point.
And Maidana has gotten a big start in the 12th, hammering Morales again with power shots that drove him into the ropes.
This round could easily decide the fight, and so far, Maidana's winning it big, and here comes Morales.
Morales hoping his straighter, cleaner punches will continue to hold Maidana off and prevent a knockout as the result of one of these giant thunder shots that Maidana is landing in the last 2 rounds.
If Morales has a rally here in this round now, this fight crosses over from being special to being something else, I think.
Here he comes, trying to marshal his resources one last time. Big right hand over the top by Morales. Just missed with that one. He's got Maidana back on the defensive. Now here comes the Argentine. Throwing wide, leaving himself uncovered down the middle. And Morales hits him again with a straight right hand shot. Every time Maidana launches, he's winging his arms wide. Morales goes straight down the middle again. Maidana wobbled by a straight right hand.
I think it might have been the left jab.
Look at the recovery. Morales fighting with a grotesquely swollen eye.
Big body shot from Maidana. Oh, you can hear Maidana's thudding shots here ringside.
30 seconds to go, and there's desperation in both fighters as they try to make their last statements in the fight. What an astonishing show by Erik Morales.
And these 20 seconds can decide this fight, Jim.
Win or lose, Morales has proven everyone wrong who criticized the matchup. Unbelievable shot by Maidana, and Morales hangs in. There's another giant shot by Maidana. And a right hand, and another right hand. Last-ditch effort to knock Morales out, and the old warrior stands up. But Maidana clearly won the 12th.
The old great fighter, the once great fighter indeed, had another great night left in him.
Was it enough to get him the win?
Erik Morales said he saw something. Apparently he did. I know we certainly did.
El Terrible, one last time. Waking up the echoes way more frequently than anyone would have dreamed could be the case. In the last round, Morales landed 11 out of 45. Maidana 25 of 113 punches thrown in the 12th as he unloaded the kitchen trying to knock Morales out. Here are the judges who'll decide the issue. Adelaide Bird, veteran judge, 49 title fights, had Marquez over Katsitas 78-74. That's pretty much the book score there. Richard Houck, not a terribly experienced judge, had Brandon Rios leading Acosta at the time of the Rios KO. And Jerry Roth, maybe the most famous and well respected of all Vegas judges. 150 title fights, including the book score of 114-111 for Khan over Maidana. Harold, how'd you finish up?
I thought it was really an incredible performance by Erik Morales. Without question, Marcos Maidana won the last 2 rounds, no doubt about it. But I gave Erik Morales a lot of those middle rounds. I've got it 114, 114, a draw.
And again, not an easy fight to score. Many of the middle rounds very physical, very rough. Quite a number of rounds in which Maidana threw many more punches, but Morales landed more, landed accurately. So what did the judges see? We are about to find out. And now, Michael Buffer standing at ringside with the result. Let's see what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, we go to the scorecards. Dick Houck scores the bout 114-114 even. Jerry Roth and Adelaide Bird score it 116-112 for the winner by majority decision. From Argentina, Marcos El Chino Maidana.
Maidana holds on to get the win. No doubt banking enough early rounds to hold the final lead on the scorecards of both Dick Houck and Jerry Roth. Or of Adelaide Bird and Jerry Roth, I should say. Dick Houck was the one who had it even. Harold Letterman, as you know, scored it even. Maidana gets the close win, but frankly, both fighters are winners tonight. If Maidana is in fact the official winner of the bout, Erik Morales is the winner of the event. He proved himself in a way that none of us dreamed could be the case. A final ovation for the old warrior. The courage is manifest when you look at that eye. Final CompuBox numbers. Maidana landing 38 more and throwing 457 more punches. Connect percentage, 30% for Morales. He outcrafted the young lion. Total power punches, virtually everything Maidana landed was a power punch. You can see that he does not have a great jab. He doesn't think he needs it the way he fights. And here's a punch zone graphic which will show us where the landed punches went. And you can see the difference in body shots. That's really where the fight was won. Marcos Maidana landing 69 body shots to only 21 for Erik Morales. And at the end of the day, it's difficult to find a big margin upstairs. They both landed clean, big shots throughout the fight. But the heavier body work by Maidana creates a victory margin for him in the fight. Let's go to Max Kellerman, who's standing by with the Argentine.
Congratulations, Marcos. For the second year in a row, you're in at least a Fight of the Year candidate. Tell us about this fight.
Bueno, la verdad que nosotros esperamos un rival así, duro. Por eso me entrené bien para ganar.
Yeah, really, we wanted a strong fighter like this one, and I trained to win.
Bueno, la verdad que Morales es un excelente campeón y puede seguir con su carrera y puede llegar a ser campeón de cuarta vez.
Really, Morales is a good fighter, a strong fighter. He can continue with his career because he'll do well.
You closed the show strong. Did you think you won the fight?
¿Tú cerraste bien en la pelea? ¿Creíste que la ganaste?
La verdad que estaba pareja la pelea, pero bueno, salí a ganar el último round y bueno, del primero salí a ganar, pero como ya dije, Eri no es un rival fácil y me costó un poco.
Yeah, really, the fight was close, but I came out at the end, the last round, I came out to win. I was trying to win from the beginning, but I really pushed it at the end.
What about Morales gave you so many problems and made this such a tough fight?
¿Qué lo de Morales te dio tanto problema e hizo la pelea tan fuerte?
La técnica y la velocidad, estaba rápido.
His technique and his velocity, he's very quick, very fast.
Marcos, congratulations on a terrific performance.
Felicidades, un encuentro muy bueno.
This is the face. Here, come in, let's get this. This is the face of, as it turns out, a still great champion. How do you, first, do you think you won this fight?
Antes que nada, quiero agradecer a toda la gente que vino esta noche.
acknowledge everyone that came to see this fight tonight.
Soy un peleador limpio. Yo peleo para la gente. Yo peleo para mi gente de Tijuana.
I'm a good fighter. I fight for the people. I fight for the people of Tijuana.
Yo creo que tal vez me ganó, pero de una manera muy sucia.
I think he might have won a close fight, but not a clean win.
What about, you said before the fight you wanted Maidana, you saw something there. What did you see in Maidana that made you think you could do this at your age?
Tú pediste pelear con Maidana, ¿qué te dejó pensar que tú puedes ganarle a un Maidana tan fuerte a la edad que tiene?
No, yo no pensaba en ganarle. Yo le gané.
I don't think I was thinking of winning. I thought I won the fight.
Creo que fui mejor que él.
I think I landed the better punches.
But what made you think that you could win the fight?
Pero ¿por qué te...
Before the fight, why did you want to fight Maidana?
¿Por qué quisiste pelear con él? ¿Qué te hizo pensar que le podías ganar?
Creo que tengo mucha velocidad todavía.
Because I have a lot of speed, velocity.
Tengo algo que se llama dignidad y corazón.
Because I have something that's called dignity and heart.
Oh my God, do you ever?
Claro que tienes.
Do you feel satisfied after this fight that you can look at ending your career in the not too distant future? Or does this fight make you think that you have a lot of fight left in you?
¿Tú estás satisfecho después de esta pelea que puedes hacer algo en el futuro después de una pelea tan buena que dices?
Yo creo que yo voy a hacer lo que la gente quiera. ¡Revancha!
A rematch?
You want a rematch?
Yo creo que gané. Yo creo que soy mejor que él.
I thought I won. I'm better than him.
Before I let you go, and by the way, I also thought you won this fight close. Before I let you go, Marcos, you want to give him a rematch?
Sí, la revancha está cuando quiera. Si quiere mañana se la.
The rematch can be any time, tomorrow even.
Before I let you go, just to give the rest of us some sense of what it is to do what you did tonight, when your eye closed basically in the first round, what were you thinking? How did you fight through that?
Antes que te vaya, dinos esto. ¿Qué es lo que tú pensaste después que tenía el ojo cerrado en el primer round? ¿Cómo pudiste pelear toda esa pelea?
Con el corazón y viva México.
Yeah. With my heart, and long live Mexico.
Thank you, champ. Jim.
Clearly, a rematch doesn't take place tomorrow. That would be irrational. Let's give Morales a couple of weeks to allow the eye to heal. Then get it on. What an amazing night. What an amazing fight. Let's take a look back at the highlights now of what happened over 12 tumultuous rounds with Erik Morales against Marcos Maidana in a fight that most expected to be a mismatch. And in round one, it appeared that was definitely going to be the case. One of the instant signs that Morales was outmatched here was an uppercut that landed in round one for Maidana, and Morales' eyes swelled shut almost immediately. But in the middle rounds of the fight, Morales seemed able to seize control, countering Maidana's awkward rushes and finding a way to show greater hand speed in exchanges and to command Maidana with craft, even in tight circumstances along the ropes. Down the stretch, Maidana reapplied his enormous strength and power, trying to knock Morales out, fighting the last two rounds as though he thought he was fighting from behind, and winding up with a margin on two scorecards that gave him a split decision victory. But as I said a few moments ago, and I'll repeat it, Marcos Maidana may have won the fight. Erik Morales won the night. He won the event. He triumphed over all the criticism and all the expectations that he couldn't fight at this level anymore. He showed you that he can.
I just want to say a quick word about Kenny Adams, James Kirkland's trainer, who was taken to the hospital for precautionary measures, apparently having collapsed in the locker room or suffered in the locker room after the fight. 70-year-old trainer, great trainer, one of the best in boxing, friend to all in boxing, as you mentioned, Jim. And we haven't gotten any updates, but of course, our thoughts are all with him. My thoughts on this fight: boxing as an industry, we don't always do such a good job of offering up consistently the kind of product that you get when you turn on football and the NFL at the highest levels, basketball, NBA at the highest level, baseball, MLB at the highest level. We don't do such a good job of always consistently offering you that quality. But man, just when you least expect it, when you don't even expect much from the fight, boxing gives you what no other sport can. This was astounding tonight, and it reminds me why I love this game so much.
Indeed. There were 2 matchups on this pay-per-view card, which prompted critics to suggest that it might be a dishonor for us to be here tonight. Nobuhiro Ishida seemed totally outgunned against James Kirkland. Erik Morales was not supposed to be able to make this statement against Marcos Maidana. But because of Morales and Ishida, it was an honor to be here tonight.
Certainly was.
Absolutely. Well, thanks very much for being with us. We hope you enjoyed it half as much as Max and I did. Morales versus Maidana has been brought to you by MGM Grand, the city of entertainment in Las Vegas. Cerveza Tecate, con carácter. AT&T, rethink possible. DeWalt, guaranteed tough. Tres Generaciones Tequila, triple distilled tequila. And by HBO Pay-Per-View, the best in pay-per-view entertainment brought to you by HBO. And now for our entire crew, I'm Jim Lampley saying so long from a great night in Las Vegas, Nevada.